So before we do take a look and see what happened to Exeter 5 years after I left them, I think it is time to reveal the new save. Obviously, over the course of the past few episodes, I think I dropped a few hints saying it's a save we've already done, but it's time to actually reveal it. Obviously, at this sort of time of the year, FM25 should have been out. Obviously, that's delayed until March, so I'm going to carry on with my usual plan, what I would do for my first save in the new FM, which I am still going to do, just on a slightly updated database. I think FM Scout do have a couple of databases which we can use. Obviously, I will have a little bit of an explore of them and choose the best option. So the new save starting Monday, so a couple of days' time, will be the Globe Explorer Season 2. So obviously start off with the nearest club. That will be revealed in the video. But hopefully, obviously, over the course of FM24, I think my management skills have got a little bit better. And this time, that save, we will actually win the Champions League. Obviously, first season of it didn't really go to plan. I think if we had carried on a little bit longer, we would have actually won the Champions League. Obviously, that save will definitely carry on until FM25 comes out. So now, let's take a look and see what's happened to Exeter. Have they done really good, or have they just slipped down into the Championship? Let's go and find out. Hello, welcome back to part 88 of City Till I Die. Well, not really City Till I Die, because I'm now retired, and as you can see, by the year 1st of July 2041, we have holiday forward 5 years into the future just to see what happens. Did Exeter win another Premier League title? Did they not? But first, let's just have a quick review of my management career. Obviously, retired as staff, 33 years old. Obviously, we were manager of Exeter from 2023 to 2036. That's 13 years. 13 seasons. So that's not too bad. Obviously, we did that 4-year stint with England, so that wasn't too bad. So things we won this year. Obviously, we won that Premier Division in 2035, won the Championship in 2027 and 2030, won Sky Bet League 1 in 2026, and we also picked up a Bristol Street Motors Trophy in 2026. So we did double that year. Didn't do a double any other years. Then, while we were England manager, we won the International League in 2031, won the World Cup in 2034, won the European Championships in 2032. As a manager in a full 13-year career, that's not too bad, that, at all. I will happily take that, but let's see. Take a look at the Premier League first, then we'll have a look at the squad, see what's going on there, and we'll have a look at the transfers, then we'll have a look at the managers, because I don't have a clue who's actually managing Exeter City. So obviously let's go to stages. Obviously, as you can see, Exeter City are still in the Premier League, but there is a team that I can't actually see, and that is Man City. Man City are nowhere to be seen, so that's another thing we could potentially look at. So we left in the 2035-36 season, so we did finish 6th place. We did get them into Europe. Whether or not they won it, I do not know. So that seems pretty normal. So Man City, on a slippery slope, they might have actually got relegated to the Championship. So let's go ahead to look at the 36-37. So that season, they finished 7th and finished in the Champions League. So we'll take a look at that. So I presume they did win the Europa League that year. So obviously 7th place, not good enough for the Conference League, but they did qualify for the Champions League. Brighton finishing in the Conference League while finishing 13th. It's quite amazing. That's some achievement. So the following year, they did finish 7th. So when it qualifying for the Conference League, that's not too bad. Man City finishing 2nd. I'm still not sure what's happened to them, so we'll find out. So Wrexham, were they in the Premier League that season? No, they weren't. Wrexham making it to the Premier League. That's actually amazing. Exeter City finishing 4th in the table that year, so that's not too bad, actually. once again, qualifying for the Champions League. I think Exeter, I think we're safe to say, are probably a European team. Maybe not Champions League quite yet, but I think a European side. They're definitely cemented their spot in the top six, I reckon. I still can't believe Wrexham made it to the Premier League 2041. I'm not sure how many years they actually survived. Actually, that's 2038, 39. They might have been in the Premier League a couple more seasons after this. Let's take a look at the next season, see how well they did. So this season, Man City and Hull went into administration in 2039 to 40 seasons. Obviously, they still finished 12th. What happened the year after? They got relegated. Wow. Wow. That's... I was not expecting that. So Man City are in the... They're in the Championship. That is... It's unbelievable, that. That is really unbelievable. Jesus Christ. I mean, that is just... I was not expecting that. When did they go into administration? They came out of administration 2039, so almost just a couple months after they did go into it. That is, I was not expecting that at all. I mean, that's, this game could be bonkers at times, but that could potentially happen in real. I don't think it might happen in real life, but they might get punished in real life. I don't think administration, but that is just absolutely insane. So let's take a look at the managers first. So obviously after I left, Jurgen Klopp took over. Only spent a year at Exeter, but where he did win the Europa League, so that is it's not too bad. I think they did finish 7th that season, so it could have been worse, it could have been better. Let's take a look at their Europa League run in the 36-37 season. So let's take a look at the league phase. Where did they finish? They finished 2nd. That's not too bad. I want to look at the knockouts, actually. So knockout, they didn't go into that round. So they beat Aberdeen in the round of 16. That's not too bad. Quarterfinals, they beat Dortmund. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I must admit myself. Beat Liverpool in the semi-final to face Juventus in the final, where they did win 1-0, which not too bad. Let's take a look at where did Jurgen Klopp go after he finished with us? Oh God, it's even worse. He joined Tottenham. Why did he join Tottenham? Why? That is just absolutely crazy stuff. Why would he join Exeter to go to Tottenham? Because quite frankly, that is absolutely insane. That's a lot of stuff he tends to do. That's really a lot of stuff. That's too much stuff for me. Let's take a look at Unai Emery. So obviously still at the club, still a very good manager. I mean, imagine going from me to Jurgen Klopp and Unai Emery. That is absolutely insane. If that can happen in real life, I'm all for it. But I do like Gary Cole. He's a fantastic manager. Hopefully he stays here for the long haul. You never know. So while Unai Emery was at the club, he won the Super Cup in 2037 after Exeter City winning the Europa League. Then they did win the Conference League 2039, so that's actually not too bad. I do just want to take a look, see what happened like in the years they did go to the Champions League, like their Champions League run. So let's take a look at the 37-38 season, because that was the year they did get to the Champions League after winning the Europa League the season before. So what did they do? They got to the round of 16. That's quite... We got to the semi-final. I mean, that's quite... It's not good, but it could have been better. Did they get into any... What happened to the Carabao Cup? They lost against Man City. They also did win the Euro South American Club Challenge, which is not too bad. Trevino getting the goal in that game. Again, don't know if he's still at the club. And 38-39 was the Conference League win, so they got Wolfsberger in the final. Who the hell are they? They are a Austrian team. That's not too bad, that. There's obviously, yeah, they play pretty well in the Conference League. Again, an easy competition to win. Getting to the 5th round of the FA Cup that year, that's it could have been better than Carabao Cup. 4th round, lost to Everton. I mean, that's not too bad. Season after, 39-40 season. Getting to the Champions League quarter-final, losing against Chelsea. So, obviously, Chelsea in the Champions League, they don't really tend to play well against. They got to the Carabao Cup quarter-final, only losing 1-0 against Aston Villa. Got to the FA Cup semi-final, once again losing to Chelsea. They really don't like playing Chelsea in the Cups, because hopefully next season they maybe got to the final of the FA Cup. I very much doubt it, but let's take a look. So, now they got to the FA Cup semi-final. What is it? Losing against the teams that they just played in the Champions League. So, they actually beat them in the quarter-final. They played PSG in the Champions League semi-final, but lost 4-1 on aggregate. They lost against Tottenham in the FA Cup semi-final 2-0. So, still searching for that FA Cup win and Carabao Cup win and the Champions League final. But I think all in all, pretty good for Exeter. Let's take a look at the squad. Let's take a look at the tactics. See what they're playing. So they're playing a 4-2-4. Obviously, there's a few players that are still at the club that were there when I was there, like I signed. So Nuhu still at Exeter, still playing well, I presume. Yes, that's not too bad. 17 clean sheets. That is absolutely amazing. What's he been doing? Has he won anything? World Goalkeeper of the Year, 3rd place. That's not too bad. World Golden Glove. Who actually won the World Goalkeeper of the Year? Okay, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. So he probably signed one of the best. He's a world-class goalkeeper. He's, without shadow of a doubt, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. A few, well, the top 3. So Santiago's still at the club. I was half expecting him to probably leave. 30 years old now. I mean, that's actually quite amazing. Still a player week in, week out. Has he won anything? He's won the Copa America with Colombia. Apart from that, I don't think he's actually won any notable awards like Ballon d'Or, which I very much doubt is going to happen. Aguilera, still playing for Exeter, which is quite good. So they've kept hold of the homegrown boys. So has he won anything? No, I wouldn't expect so. Tornstrand, obviously, when he joined us, still a very good youngster. Is he playing week in, week out now? He is a 8 assists last season. That's actually pretty decent. Not scoring many goals. He hasn't had a goal since 37-38 season. So obviously was never much of a goal scorer, but pretty impressive. Has he won anything? Still named in the Exeter Seasonal Best 11, inducted in the Exeter Overall Best 11. We'll take a look at that in just a second. So that's actually not too bad. His career, pretty good one. I said he was going to have a bright career ahead of him, and he has. Joachim Nadan still with us. Jesus Christ, 100 million to 299 million. So that's that value's gone up massively. That's not too bad. 10 goals, 10 assists in the 38-39 seasons. That's actually pretty alright, that. Any notable wins? Any awards? No, don't think so. Then who's we've got there's Will Brindley, Dresden. I never really heard of them two. So it's just in the starting 11, or the team that started the previous game. Nuhu, Aguilera, Tornstrand and Joachim Nadan. Apart from that, that's the only players that were with us in the last season we played. Let's take a look at the players on the bench. Sergio Botella, wanted by Barcelona, so he is 33 to 99 million. That's not too bad. So still pretty much playing most games. That's not too bad. I'm not sure where he's playing. If Santiago's been playing most games, I presume probably left back, I reckon. Has he won anything? Not really, apart from the stuff they won in the 37 season, which that's not too bad. So I think he's had a pretty good career. Who else? John Shaw still at the club, so that's it's actually quite surprising. I would have expected him to go to a big team or a bigger team. Obviously, he joined us from Chelsea. That's not too bad actually. So I think most of our players are actually still at the club. Lucas Jurbic still at the club. How many games has he played? Still struggling to get into the team, but he's been playing more games than he did. Not scoring that many goals, but he never scored that many when we were there. Leonardo Augusto still at the club, I presume. He's joining Al Riyadh on the 1st of July, so he's joining them today, so he's going to be leaving. And a couple of loan spells. So after we left, never really got back into the team. So I presume he didn't get a work permit, so joined RB Leipzig on them, didn't play any games. Joined SPO, where he played 42 games, scored 2 goals, 5 assists. And Southampton, where he did play 13 games. So I think it's fair to say Augusto's career didn't really take off. I think when we left him, he probably had 2.5 star current ability, 3-star potential. So I don't think he was ever going to be a world class centre attacker. Let's take a look at the reserves. Don't recognise any of them players. Charlie Wrigley was one of our youngsters. He's joined in Hull. Did he ever play any games? He had 2 appearances, but I can't remember if we played them. I don't think we did. That was after we left. So 2 appearances, that's not too bad. That's both off the bench, I believe. Yeah, he didn't actually start any games. So, okay, he clearly didn't make it. I don't think there's... I wouldn't have thought there's any other... I don't see any other players. Who's Langoni? Is he... When did he sign? God, he's pretty awful, isn't he? He is really bad. But let's take a look at the transfers. Obviously, we'll take a look at the... So 35-06 was my last season. So looking at this, we'll just see if there's any notable players that left the club. Obviously, Errol Dadimi was one of our youngsters. That was already happening when we left. He joined Inter. What's his career like? He's at Coventry now. So he did actually play a few games for Inter, scoring quite a few goals over his career and some assists. That's actually not too bad for a player that barely got into our team for Exeter. So that's pretty decent. Joined Coventry on a free transfer. Peter Fiolic joined Aston Villa. Is he still there? He's joining Man City. I presume. Wow, he's Aston Villa's first choice. I wouldn't say he's the best goalkeeper in the world, but wow, I just generally was not expecting that. So obviously he played 2 loan spells at Hearts, 1 loan spell actually. Obviously we loaned him out. Then we used him as a backup. Then he joined Aston Villa a couple of years later, where he was pretty much their first choice, conceding quite a lot of goals, but still, first team football for him in the Premier League. That's not too bad. Now he's joining Man City, Championship Man City. Then Saba joined Arsenal on loan. What happened there? Why on loan? Did they sign like a centre attacker mid? He's a goalkeeper. Clearly not a good goalkeeper. What's he? He's a centre back. Still at Exeter. Who's he? He's a centre back. Still don't know why. Why did Sama leave Exeter? That's really weird. He's now at Strasbourg. Still 29 years old. So he's 30. So he must have joined Man City on loan beginning of that season. Then he went to Strasbourg for 10.5 million. I would have thought they would have at least got £10 million profit, but no, they actually they made a loss, a £3 million loss, which when we played him, he was absolutely world class, he was, but clearly his career kind of went downhill after we left. What Strasbourg is, they're League and Uber Eats, so they're not really a good team. I'm a little bit surprised by his career. I thought he would have gone to a big team like Chelsea, because he was rumoured with a move to them a couple of times. Who else? Retardo joined Sunderland on loan, now at Inter. So yeah, I mean, when we signed him, he was always going to be a backup. So now at Inter, played 33 games that season, scoring 1 goal, 2 assists. That's not too bad. 2 player for matches. That's really good. 7.15, 7.13 in his first 2 seasons with Inter. So that's actually pretty alright. That I think he'll be proud of his career. Tom Todd, where's he? He's at Cardiff. 9.8 million to 30 million. That's pretty decent considering he came through our youth system. 2031, had numerous loan spells at Wickham, McDonald, Sheffield Wednesday, Wrexham. Then pretty much never got into the Exeter team, but since then he's been doing really well for Cardiff, getting 16 goals, 3 assists in the 40-41 season. Cardiff in the 13 goals in the 39-40 seasons. That's not too bad. Again, a youth prospect, so I don't really care about him. Awonjano signing for Man City for 143, which probably could have risen up to 195. That's absolutely insane. He's now at Chelsea. I presume he left them after they got relegated, so it did go down as a £195 million move. We signed him for 38. That's a £157 million profit. That's insane. That is absolutely brilliant. Getting 14 goals in this 39-40 season, then joined Chelsea, which obviously only joined them recently. So, I mean, that is absolutely unbelievable to see what they did with that money. Didn't sign anyone this season after, but they did sell. They loaned out Star. We know what happened to him after that. Tom Todd don't care about. Leonardo Augusto joined. That was his loan spell. Keisuke Kubo joined Burnley on loan, now at Lille. So he didn't really. He played a full season, 20 games there? I mean, that's absolutely insane. Why did he play 20 games there? I mean, that's really ridiculous. What happened to, who was our other striker? Who was our main striker? Can't remember his name. Who was it? Oh, who was it? Who was our other striker? Honestly, can't remember. To be fair, it's been 5 years. I don't know. I don't remember. Who was our first choice striker? It was Marko Grujic. What has happened to him? Let's take a look. So, bit more, £293 million spent that summer on Will Brindley. Yeah, a bunch of players. I mean, I think when I was a holiday forward, I feel like this player won Player of the Year, I think. At least I don't think he did. Bought by 86 million. He won African footballer of the year. Maybe that's what I saw. I thought he just got Player of the Year. I thought he did, but he didn't. So this season, Mourinho joined Inter. Still at Inter. £56 million and £1 million profit. So thankfully, they did make a profit on him. So that's actually not too bad. Played most games after we only had 2 seasons after we left and joined Inter, where he's been playing week in, week out. So any other noticeable names? Junior Carr joining Real Madrid for 808 million. So that's a brilliant bit of business. So that's £37 million, £47 million profit. So not too bad. Any other noticeable players? Obviously, Kubo going out to Lille on loan. Jan Albert joining AC Milan for 56 million. So again, another decent profit. So I think basically the people who I signed have all left for profit, apart from one player, that's Sama. Adaptation joined Barcelona for £77 million. That's an even bigger profit. That's absolutely superb. I mean, absolutely brilliant. Sama going to Man City again. Luigi, I've never heard of him. Gus, yep, I don't really need to see any other players. And Escumo's permanent move to Lille. Peter Brechtel, one of our former youngsters. Don't think he ever actually played. I presume he was just a backup all these years. Anyone else? Marko Grujic, here he is. He was at RB Leipzig. Sold him for 35 million. I thought he would have gone to at least 50 to 60 million, but it's not too bad. It could have been a lot higher, but it's not too bad either. Who else? Any other noticeable players? I don't think there is. No, by the looks of it. Is it just Marko Grujic and Sama that left that season? And there's a whole bunch of youngsters that went out on loan. Let's go to this season, the present day. Furtado joined Inter for 20 million. We knew about that. Kevin Ferguson joined Real Madrid on a free transfer. That is wasn't expecting that, was I? We signed him for 119 million, playing week in, week out, yet joined Real Madrid on a free transfer. I'm quite shocked by that. I thought he would have been still playing at Exeter, or at least they would have got a profit, but apparently not. And Trevino also joined Al Nassr with 825k a week. That is absolutely insane, that is. Why did he join them on a free transfer? He was playing not week in, week out, but playing most games and having a pretty good seasons. But for some reason decided to leave. Anyone else that stands out? I don't think so. One of our players getting loaned out to Man United again. That's another weird transfer. Surplus to requirements. I'm not sure why Man United would have wanted him. He's played 11 games. Okay, that's a bit strange. That is really strange. Apart from Ferguson and Trevino, and obviously Furtado, I think that's pretty much obviously Oliver Murphy, again, one of our former youngsters, now at Brighton, playing 37 games last season in the Championship. So that's actually not too bad for a player that didn't really get anywhere near the start of the 11. I've one appearance last season, or this season, in fact. So that's pretty all right. I think Exeter City, on a whole, not too bad, actually. They've sort of stayed around. They've probably actually got a little bit better. Are they, what are they like on the world reputation? That's what I really want to look at. What they're like on the world reputation. Can we have a look at that? European, is it rankings? No, that's not it, is it? Club competition. No, what am I doing? List. Yeah, here we go. So, in terms of the world, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th best team in the world. And by the looks of it, they are the 3rd best team in England. I mean, that's absolutely insane. So let's take a look at the major clubs. Yeah, they're the 3rd best team in England. So I suspect when we took over at the beginning of the season, they were probably like not down here, but probably like around this. No, definitely not around this sort of area. Around this sort of area. So probably like the 50th best team in the world. But now they're 3rd. I reckon within the next couple of years, they will easily be the top team, best team in England, and possibly top 5 best team in the world. I mean, quite frankly, that's absolutely brilliant. I know I'm a bit biased coming from an Exeter fan, but I mean, that's absolutely, it's a beautiful thing to see. It really is. I just can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Does it say like what's the highest transfer fee we've actually paid? 160 million. I didn't see that. Mark Dressler from Burnley. That is absolutely insane. Are we? What's the highest transfer fee received? Because it was I want to know. Man United is still Cristiano Ronaldo. It's 2049, 2041. It's absolutely insane. What is that shit? Is that the actually record? Is that the record? What's the record? So, can we take a look at the players? I don't think it's gonna say, is it? I don't think it is, but I think it is. Like, can we look at all time? No, I'm not going to waste my time trying to find it, but that is absolutely insane. We hold the world record for the highest transfer fee received. That is 194 million for I Wonder. That's absolutely brilliant. I think we have pretty much explored pretty much everything that we could do in today's episode, and that is the end of City Till I Die. I'm sure there'll be another series of City Till I Die within the next couple of years, probably maybe on the next FM with hopefully an Exeter City women's team if it's on FM25. But if not, I'm sure it will be on down the road when they get promoted either this year or the next year. So that is so on the whole, Exeter City are just improving and proving again. Obviously, if you do, I mean, I don't think I'm going to holiday forward any more seasons, so I think we'll just leave it at that. Obviously, if you do want me to holiday forward a couple more seasons, I'm more than welcome to do Twitter updates. I very much doubt it, but you never know. So I think I will see you all in the next episode where we shall be beginning our brand new save. Well, not brand new. It's a revisit of an old save, and that is the Globe Explorer. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Exeter Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.